Okay, the 15-liter bullet. This is the X-PAC material, the Bullet Ruck, and I've had this thing for several weeks, actually about a month and a half now, and I've used it for everyday carry, like for work. I've used it for just going around out in the woods with the boys, and I've used it for coaching. I coach flag football, both my boys' teams, and so I've tried it out too to put my coaching stuff in here. So I'll just tell you everything about it that stands out to me and what I like and don't like about it. So right now I've got it packed out as if I were taking it to work, and you can see, I mean, it does stand up nicely, you know, like that. That just, I guess, the way I've got it packed, but that I didn't pack it to do that. That's how it always is. The outside has this, you know, this slant pocket, and so I've just got some rules in there, some flag football rules. But you know, this is a 100% waterproof material. This X-PAC, it is kind of loud, you know, if you can hear that, and there's no stretchiness to it. Even the patch is the X-PAC material as well. Just so you know, I've got a different patch I usually put on there, but I wanted you to see the patch that came with it. Now, also on the outside, it's got these AquaGuard zippers, so to help keep water out, and there is padding on the bottom and on the back. Now, one thing you'll see here with the shoulder straps is they're not as wide or as thick as like a GR1 or a rucker, you know, or a GR2, because this is not really meant for rucking. In fact, there's no laptop compartment or a compartment that's really made for a plate. It does have a pocket inside. I'll show you. And then it's got this quick access pocket here, which this stash pocket, quick access, which, you know, I love. I've always wanted that in the GORUCK packs, and I'm glad they have that in there now, or as an option on some. Now, before I open up the inside, let me show you. So, by the way, it does have these thick straps. So I did a review recently on the basic rucker. Basic rucker has a little bit thinner of the straps right here. This is the thicker ones, just like the other rucksacks, I believe. Now, the thing about the quick access pocket is, imagine, and I talked about this on the GR1. I've got a GR1 ripstop Robic that I did a review on. I'll put a link in the notes. And I did the same thing. So if I hang my bag up on the back of my door at work. So let's say it hangs like this. I can't get access to this quick access pocket from where it's hanging. So if the door is here, and I hang it this way because I still need to get into here for some things. So I wish this quick access pocket was in front of the handle. That's my preference. I've got another backpack. It's an Eberly stock Apprentice that I love for everyday carry. And it has the quick access pocket in front of the handle, and it's also bigger than what this is. So I'll show you what's in my quick access pocket. This is what I will do when I'm either once I get to work, I take my wallet out of my pocket and put it in here. So I've got an iPhone 16. I've got my wallet. Oh, I forgot. Let me just put these in here. These are my keys, and this is some earpods, whatever. There's my phone, and here's my wallet. So it's a little bit tight. They will fit in there. Dang, that was tight. But the quick access pockets are not really big. I do love that high-vis, that orange in there. But if you can kind of see, try to show you. But it's not a really big pocket. It's more wide this way than it is deep. So I wish the pockets were a little bit bigger. Now on the inside, one thing you'll notice is with these AquaGuard zippers, you can't pull it open as easily. But anyway, it still has the clamshell opening. And this is just to show you what I have in here. Shorts, shirt. This is a band when I'm standing around to help just loosen up my shoulders and back. This is a bag with a lot of different random stuff in it. And this is my laptop. So I'm going to show you, would be the laptop compartment or book compartment. Now this is probably a 16-inch or 15-inch. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that this is a 17-inch. This is my personal laptop, and it will not fit in there. So the 17-inch laptop will not fit. But this day pack is probably one that there's a good chance you may not even want to put a laptop in here anyway. But it is nice to have it opening up flat like that. So you only have this one pocket here, and then you've got, on this side, you've got the pocket here. This is all X-PAC material. And then you've got this mesh pocket right here. So this is really a grab and go. That's what GORUCK calls it, grab and go backpack. And let me show you something else too. I'll just show you some other things to fit in here just to give you an idea on the size, this 15 liter. This is my coaching stuff. And I use this kit bag, by the way, a lot. So when I coach, I'm going to have at least one of my kids' flags. I'm going to have my plays. And I've got some cones, and let's see here. Shoot, I got a bunch of flags in here actually, because I always have extras or spare flags. And then I've got a pump, some tape to tape up flags, and that's really it. And so just to kind of show you how that fits, it is nice to walk out, because I have to walk a little ways from the parking lot to the field sometimes. And so that'll all fit in there. And to show you how this fits, now this is a little, everything's a little stiffer, this material, but to see how it fits, it does sit very high on the back, really. So you can see just how it fits on me. I'm 6'1". And let's see here. I think the only other thing, you've got you definitely have padding here, padding on the bottom, once again, especially if you have a laptop in there. I've been thinking about really a good use for this, because it's really a little bit overkill for me. I don't really need one most of the time that's this waterproof. But if you're living in if you live in a climate where you can get those monsoons, especially maybe a tropical climate, I'm thinking of places like parts of Asia and South America. But really, we get some super strong storms here in the South. But or if you have to walk quite a ways, every day, then you may want a very waterproof backpack, more so than, like, let's say the Ripstop Robic material that GORUCK offers. That is, it's not 100% waterproof, but it is definitely water resistant and repels off the water pretty good. But if you're going to be out longer, or you've got items in here that do not need to get wet, like a computer, then this would be a really good option. Plus, I do think this looks really good. I was going to take this to the Pentagon a few weeks ago to a meeting, because I thought it looked good. I was going to have a suit on, and but I decided not to take it because it's a little too small for the things I had to have on my trip, and I didn't want to take an extra bag. I'm going to do a water test on this now. I'm just going to hit it heavy with some water, and just to see how well it holds up. All right, I'll hit this heavy with some water. First of all, I'm just going to hit those zippers good. Beads off pretty good. Repels off pretty well. Now let's see. The only drop of water I see in here is here at the very bottom, from where the zippers touched, where the zippers closed up. That was it. And I think the best spot to keep water from getting in, put the zippers down here on the bottoms, I believe. Let me look in here. There's no water in there except for when I opened it up and it dripped down in there. So one thing too is I did like this for coaching, because at night, especially when it's still warm, the grass gets, it gets dewy, and then, or after a rain. And so it's nice to have this just to be able to throw down on the grass, and it doesn't matter that the grass is wet. And also, I will say, out in the woods today, we were off the trail, and I didn't have to worry about any briars or limbs, pricking this or getting hold of it, because everything just slipped right off of it. So anyway, appreciate you watching. Email me if you got questions about it. I think this is a really slick and good looking backpack. It's a good grab and go day bag, definitely not for rucking, and also probably really purpose built for you need to keep things dry if you're going to be commuting, and it's going to be a chance of heavy downpours. So any questions, let me know. Appreciate you watching. See you.